What's up, everybody? On today's video, we're going to talk about 10 things that I really hate about being a YouTuber. Well, first of all, let me say that YouTube is a great platform. I don't even have a TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, like on a real serious level. I don't care about none of those platforms. Am I getting old? I'm getting old. The only thing I really care about is YouTube. Like, I have other social media, but I don't really care about it. I care a lot about YouTube because it's a very rewarding platform. Now, it's given me an opportunity that no other platform before had ever given me. A lot of YouTube creators now, they're switching into other platforms, and I don't really care to switch to any other platform. I really love YouTube. Now, 10 things that I hate about YouTube. I think the number one hardest thing that I hate about YouTube, and if you ask different YouTube creators, it'll be in a different order. Number one thing that I hate is so hard to prove your income. It's like when you tell some car dealership or rental agency that you're a YouTuber, they kind of look at you like you're an idiot. And it's really hard to prove your income as a YouTuber. It's astonishing how little credibility when you tell people you're a YouTuber, how little credibility you get from like financial agencies and stuff like that. And it almost, people are like, well, that's your hobby, but then when you try to tell them it's your actual job, it's a little weird. And I guess number one will lead us right into number two, which is that people don't really tend to respect you as a YouTuber. They think you just got on the internet and had a viral video of your dog eating something and now you're famous. And what they don't realize, people really don't respect you for being a YouTube creator. A lot of people feel like you just got on the internet and you don't have a real job, or they just feel like you're not really worth anything because I work with my hands and look at my hands. Well, let me just show you guys something. Look at my elbow. Look at my elbow. See how it's all scarred up? And that's from sitting on this keyboard all day. It's like people don't really respect you for being a YouTuber. And one of the most common things that I see on my channel in the comment section is people saying stuff like, oh, you're not really, you're just, like, they don't really want to respect it as a real job. But what those people don't realize is that this is not something that you just go viral. I have uploaded close to 5,000 videos to YouTube on all my different channels. You're not just gonna get a viral video. Like I said, I've uploaded about 5,000 videos, and what I would call a viral video means that you upload a video and it gets millions of views and you're just like, what the crap? One single video. I have 1 out of 5,000 videos. Now you're talking recording, driving to a place and getting content or interviewing somebody, getting the content, recording it, editing it, uploading it, sharing it on social media. On 5,000 videos, one has been what I've called like a miracle, and it's probably not even 3 million views. And because it's a 2-minute video, it's not making me a lot of money. It's making money in other countries, but they don't pay enough there, because once it goes like really viral and it gets picked up in other parts of the world, two things happen. The first thing is that the video will pick up an international audience, which means that your pay rate on that video drops, because if so many people watch your video in the United States, you might get $100, but if they're all like in the Philippines or something, you might get 35 cents. So you might look at a video like, wow, this video went viral. Maybe these people, all this money. Well, hold on. A video went viral in Indonesia. Don't expect there to be a lot of advertisement in Indonesia. So don't think that just because you go on the internet, you upload this video, that it's going to go viral over the internet and you're making a lot of money. If it's like a car review and those people are in the United States, England, Mexico, and Australia, then you're definitely looking at good numbers. But I really can't get over the fact that people don't respect me for what I do. They think it's been like a free ticket. And like I've said, it has not been a free ride. This has been a lot of work. And number three is investment. This is not like you're just like, you have no idea how much you have to invest. I'm not going to break it down because I'm not going to give people any formula that took me 10 years to figure out. But let me just tell you that the amount of money that you have to invest in the YouTube is incredible. And I'm not even doing this on a professional level. Eventually I can consider maybe going to a school about videography or something, and then I could spend more money on tools. But that is not a cheap computer. The microphone, whatever. You still have tripods that are electrical. You have several devices. It can really add up to a lot of money. But the biggest investment isn't even the equipment. It's the time and resources that you're going to put into it. For example, we just did a video where we went all the way to Colorado. Here's a list of some of the towns we want to go to next. Somewhere in Katie's magical notebook is a list of how much money we spent on the trip to Colorado. Okay guys, are you ready for this? The trip to Colorado, see where it says gas? $4,320 in gas. Now there's hotels, there's other expenses in here, which this is all irrelevant here. Is this your trip to Georgia and Alabama? The trip to Georgia and Alabama cost me that much money, $2,346. I'm sure that's probably like hotels and fuel combined. But anyways, that trip to Colorado was $4,320. There's all of Katie's notes, lots of notes. $4,300 in gas. Let me just tell you, you're gonna have to invest a lot of money. And just in the last year, I can't even break down these numbers to you guys because you guys are gonna think, oh, this is astronomical. We can't just stay at the Bedbug Inn because we'll get to number 4 in a minute and you'll understand. We have to stay at Marriott's. We have to stay at hotels that are at least $200 something a night. We can't just, as YouTubers, I can't just stay at a hotel where the parking is open. I don't have to worry about these things back home in Florida, but if I'm in a different state where I don't know anything, as a YouTuber, I can't just stay at like any $65 motel. I have to go with a hotel that's got better security, better parking, parking garages, security cameras all the way around. I can't just stay at a regular hotel. And keep in mind, we only have 70,000 subscribers right now. So imagine somebody who has 700,000 subscribers or 7 million subscribers. I wouldn't even want to think about that. Number 4 is privacy. If you care about your privacy, and believe me, I do, but I don't have a choice. If you care about your privacy, you may want to find something else. Today, when Katie and I were going to the grocery store to get groceries, guy walks up to me, and these encounters are always awkward, okay? It's never a normal encounter. It's always awkward. Usually it's the other person who makes it awkward, not me. And today, I'm the one that made the encounter awkward. The guy was very professional, and he did everything the right way. He came up to me, he says, I love your videos, and he just walked away. Incredible. Didn't give me a chance to talk to him. I'm the one who actually made the encounter awkward, and usually it's the other way around. Usually it's the other person that makes it really weird and awkward, and I try never to make it weird and awkward. I was caught off guard. I didn't know what to do. Like, I'm at the grocery store with my wife. This guy, I wish everybody was like this guy. He thanked me. He says he loved my videos, and he walked away. That's all he needed to do. And if you ever meet somebody famous in public, that's all you have to do. Hey, I love your song, blah. keep it up, walk away. The guy didn't make it awkward. He was the most professional person I've ever run into. I made it awkward because I wasn't expecting it. I was at the grocery store, and so if privacy, Katie said it would be #1 on her list, just so you understand this privacy situation. Refrigerator's filling back up. There it goes. Or the water heater or something. Okay. For Katie, it would be #1. She said privacy for her has been the biggest issue with being on YouTube. So, and again, I only have, we're barely pulling 1 million views a month. But then you think about it that way, you're like, well, 1 million views a month. Yeah, if there's 300,000 people in the United States, that means 1 out of 300 people in theory every month. I'm just throwing numbers out there. It's not exact. There's months where we do 2 million. So yeah, it's difficult. It's challenging. It's overwhelming for sure. Basically, if you make it big on YouTube, your privacy's gone out the window. You can't pull a 7-Eleven and be on the news because everybody's gonna know that's you. So I can't really run up in the 7-Eleven anymore. Not that I ever did that, but never did it really. But I'm just saying, like, you're not just gonna go out there and like pull a 7-Eleven. You're not really gonna get away with anything. I mean, your behavior has to be on point. In fact, before I left Fort Myers, I had a very embarrassing moment. And then after it happened, I was like, oh my gosh. If one of those people had a camera and recorded what happened, I would be in a lot of trouble because, like, you know, at some point you slip up. But you can't slip up if you're a YouTube creator because your whole career could just be based on that. One slip up and you're done. And you have to be really careful. Luckily, I've been on YouTube long enough to where I learned that in the elementary stages of becoming a YouTube creator, because when I first became a YouTube creator, it was a very regionalized audience. So I got to experience everybody knowing me regionally, making a lot of mistakes, by the way, like saying things about people that you never thought you'd run into, and then you run into them at a big event or something. So I'm glad I got to experience the regional effect of it. So when I expanded into a bigger audience, I was able to understand that. And keep in mind, 70,000 subscribers. Imagine having more. And with 70,000 subscribers, you could be famous on anywhere you go, yet not famous enough to afford like real security or nothing like that. I'm just a regular dude at the end of the day. Maybe not when I get to the 700,000 subscribers, but we got a long way to go. But once we're there, we'll definitely have to like, you know, it's a different level of money. But it's like you can actually have YouTube fame and not have YouTube money. That's what a lot of people don't understand, that you can have like average Joe situations and people stink because you're on YouTube. It's privacy. We could talk about that all day. #5, you can't just say whatever you want. There's a lot of rules that you have to follow, and sometimes I'll upload a video and I think there's nothing wrong with this video. And then the video gets flagged and dropped, and I'm just like, oh, why did this happen to my channel? And I'll tell you why it happened, because it's just weird. I don't even know how to explain it. You will have, I made a video about Oklahoma. Top 10 reasons you should never move to Oklahoma. That video got dropped from YouTube. Now I'm thinking, top 10 reasons why you should not move to Oklahoma got dropped because I used 2 keywords that are not welcome. There's videos of people in Oklahoma doing all types of incredibly horrible things, and their videos don't get dropped. But you have to understand the censorship, and there's certain topics you definitely don't want to get into. Really drifting away from those topics as much as possible. But yes, there is censorship, and you do have to understand that this platform is not a platform where you're supposed to be teaching people how to make like ceramic clay pottery or something. It's not meant for what people are trying to make it about. So yes, definitely there's censorship, and you're not it's not what this platform was made for. This platform was made to teach you how to like walk your dog or something. It wasn't meant for what people are trying to use it for. Yeah. Are we on #6? Legal issues. Once your videos start to blow up and they start to get viewership, you're going to run into all types of legal issues. I'm not going to elaborate on this part of it. It's going to be different for every YouTube creator, but there's moments where you're just going to wonder. You're going to wonder. That's all I can say. And back to my point that I made earlier, if you think this is easy, it's not. Number 7, other creators. You're going to find that other creators can be one of the biggest headaches you're going to run into on YouTube. Some of these other creators will try to re-upload your videos, and you can flag them for that. Others will use short clips of from your videos, and when you try to flag them, YouTube will say, no, it's not enough. But you're going to find that other creators will give you a lot of hassle. And other creators are going to make content videos about you that you are just going to be like, oh my, what the crap. Luckily, I've only had about 50 or 60 of these videos from other creators talking bad about me. And none of them have really got a lot of viewership because they've all been smaller channels. I wish like a big channel like DJ Vlad or somebody like that would make a video about me. Then that way I could pick up some of their audience. But it has not been big creators. It's been small little creators. And it's been, the first time it happened, I was terrified. I was like, and it was like a really like creepy situation. I'm not going to get into it, but it was one of those situations where it was, I didn't know this could happen to you. I didn't know another YouTuber would make a video about me, and it was terrifying. Now, people go out there and they label me all types of things. It doesn't really affect me at all anymore, and they say something. They think they're, you know, they're like bullies or something. You know, they're trying to make you feel hurt. I don't really, it doesn't bother them anymore because, I mean, after 50 or 60 of them, the first time, it's terrifying. In fact, talking about DJ Vlad, I think either DJ Vlad or one of the other bigger, you know, interview channels did a video where they talked about exactly that, where it's like the first time somebody makes an article or a video about you, you're just scared, you're worried, you want them to take it down. But after like 20 or 30 of them, you're just, it doesn't bother you. Unless it's like, it really blows up, and then you do have to address it or something. But usually, it'll take a creator that's much larger than yours to be able to pull that off in an effective measure. And like, and I would think, if I have like 100,000 subscribers, I'm not going to go after somebody that's got 2,000 subscribers, because what's the point? I would go to somebody bigger. Like, I would try to start issues with somebody bigger to pick up their audience. So it's weird, but other creators will give you endless nightmares. Number 8 is you'll probably never be able to get a job in your life. Now, if you're making a video about pottery or how to mess with fishing lures, perhaps you can go work at a Walmart or any other normal day-to-day job. But if you're like a channel like mine where you just express your opinions and like you're very personal, you could say, don't ever expect that you're going to walk into like a pizza place in a small town and you're going to be able to hold a normal job. Once you go the YouTube route, you are officially your own man. Like, you're not going to be able to just walk into a normal work environment or a company where there's 100 people and 2 of them are going to recognize you and possibly not like your content. So once you go the YouTube route, you're not going to be able to live a normal life. You're not going to be able to have a normal job. You're not going to be able to like live in a normal community sometimes. Like, you're going to have to like move into communities where people are more like you. You're going to have to like change your life. So if you live in a small town of like 5,000 people and now your YouTube channel has 5 million subscribers, you might have to move out of that small little town because now the elephant is too big for the room. And don't think that your success will go unnoticed by other people. And it will definitely change your life in ways you may not like. Definitely, it will change your social environment where people can understand that your channel gives you some type of power, and they may not want to be the blank of that power. You know, like, I don't even know the psychology behind all this, but definitely once you go YouTube, you're not going to live a regular Joe life. You're not going to have a regular Joe job. Now, I did get a job. It's just going to depend on your content. My first YouTube channel actually nailed me a job that I wasn't qualified for because my YouTube channel impressed the employer so much. But that was when I was doing the Pigeon channel. I was interviewing people. The channel had like 50,000 subscribers. So like, wow, you're really good at marketing. You know how to grow an audience. Our company could really use these resources. So they hired me. Having a YouTube channel actually got me a really good job that I was not qualified for, by the way. But eventually the company didn't want to invest into me, so it was pointless. They appreciated my marketing potential, but then they didn't want to give me the tools so I could use it. Does that make any sense? Anyways, it'll definitely mess up that aspect of your life. Number 8 is staying relevant. I think we're on number 8. It's like 4 in the morning. What time is it? 4:23 in the morning. Okay, and it feels like 4:23 in the morning. Back to the same thing. It's not easy to be a YouTuber. Yeah, definitely. You can definitely fall off. You can definitely go blank. Right now, I have a creator's block. Right now, at this moment, my whole day today, I've created no content. You can see my last upload was like 420 some hours ago. I hit a creator's wall, and you will hit these creators' walls where you're just like, I don't know what to do. Like right now, the hurricane footage did really well, but now that's not interesting anymore. And it's like, what do I do now? Because I go back to creating my old content and they're not liking it. You have to know how to reinvent yourself and stay relevant without getting into topics that can get your channel eliminated. Because there's things that become relevant, and if you jump on the wrong bandwagon, you can definitely get it eliminated. They're gonna say, hey, this is not what we need you to do. So it's like having it's a real job. People don't look at it that way, but it is. If you can definitely jump in, and when you watch news, there's different things that come up. The hurricane, I figured, okay, I can cover this because I live in Southwest Florida. I'm already here. I can do this. But some of these bandwagons, like every 3 to 6 months, there's a different thing going on. Some of these wagons you can jump on, and some of them you really don't want to jump on. If you jump on the wrong one, you can definitely ruin your reputation. You can lose a lot of subscribers. So staying relevant is super difficult as a creator, and you're gonna hit a creator's wall unless you have a very systematic thing going on with the channel. Number 9, people think that because you have a YouTube channel, you can take a break. You cannot take a break. The algorithm is always hungry. And if you stop feeding the algorithm will forget all about you. So if you upload once a week, you better upload once a week. If you upload once a day like I do, or 3 to 4 times a day like I do, you're going to have to upload 3 to 4 times a day. Like right now, I hit that creator's block after the hurricane where nobody cares about the hurricane anymore. What's the next thing to jump on? Now there's like a space where it's hard to satisfy the algorithm. It's hard to find that niche that's out. There is no niche sometimes. There's times where the news takes over media and people get off of YouTube and they're watching something else. And you really, there can be like a void. And if you stop uploading content regularly on your scheduled path, you're just gonna watch everything go like this. So definitely there are no breaks. Number 10, the last thing that I hate about being a YouTube creator is that everybody wants to be a YouTuber, and these people don't understand anything. And you can try, I even thought about creating a YouTube channel about being a YouTuber. Since I've had, the Pigeon channel was a success with over 50,000 subscribers. My Pigeon channel, huge success. My fishing channel, about 3,000 subscribers in a short time, so that was a success. This channel's been successful. And, I've had to rebrand several times. Like, I'm not afraid to grab my channel and say, oh, we're not this anymore, we're that. And, keep evolving into different, finding different things and keeping yourself relevant and all that. But let me tell you, everybody wants to be a YouTube creator. And I just talked to my little family members that are, from here down, little ones. And they all want to be YouTubers. And I asked them, what do you want your YouTube channel to be about? And they don't know what it's going to be about. I'm like, you have to have an idea. What are you passionate about? What do you care about? What are you good at is even more important. But every young person wants to be a YouTube creator, yet they don't have any idea what they're going to do. And then, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll start a YouTube channel, and I'm going through this right now. Like when I started doing Southwest Florida videos, I had no competition. And I took advantage of that. I understood that there was no competition, and I took advantage of it because I had several businesses fail one after the other. And every single one of my businesses that failed because competition came in and it became too competitive. So I dropped out of that business, hopped into the next business. And YouTube is getting to the point where it's getting competitive. And just like with my other businesses, they watch what you do, they replicate it, and sometimes they do it cheaper, and then they take the audience, or they take your subscriber base, or they take your client base in my other businesses. They take your customers because now they're working for less. And I have the same thing happening with YouTube but I understood, like, when I had that opportunity to climb that ladder quickly, I climbed that ladder, and I'm still gonna keep climbing that ladder at a very fast rate because there's a lot of competition entering the YouTube. And basically these are channels where, like, they'll start a channel and they just start taking everybody else's content and copying your content, basically. And people will message me, like, start a channel. And when he started it, I caught him real early because YouTube will actually recommend you their channel. Like, when somebody starts to copy my channel, YouTube will recommend you their channel, and you'll see their channel. You're like, oh my gosh, this person's replicating my channel. Well, this dude starts to copy my channel, and I've had probably 50, 60 people either message me or comment or email me saying, hey, that dude, remember you did a video so many months ago about this? This dude just pretty much recycled your video. And I'm having a lot of these recycle channels where, like, now I have maybe 5 or 6, even maybe 10, 12 channels that they're just recycling what I'm doing. They're watching my content and then they go in right off the bat, like, shamelessly, by the way. And sometimes their audience will start to overlap my audience, and it's very clear that they're just stealing my content and recycling it. And it's very frustrating. There's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do is just stay relevant. But then the more relevant I become, the better I do. That they're just watching you and replicating you. And that is a very difficult thing to do. And that's why, like, sometimes I'll do stuff that a lot of my subscribers think is arrogant. Like, I'll buy cars back to back. This car, bought it, change it, boom, drop it. Expensive hotels, expensive cars, just extravagant crap. Not because I care about those things, but because I have to remind those other creators that they're not on the same level. It's like a psychological game at the point of where you're like, okay, you know, you're not on my level. You can't get on my level. You don't have the ability to do that, you know. And I will just say that this is a difficult part of being a YouTube creator, that you create your own, what I call, intellectual property, and somebody just takes it. And to see somebody do that is painful because you feel like the audience isn't getting a genuine product. And, you know, it's difficult. Like, if I start doing something now and it blows up, you can guarantee there's going to be 20 other people who are just going to copy you. And if they were unique, like, it's okay to copy, like, the layout of a channel, but, you know, you still have to have that individuality. And some of these guys have no intention to do that, and it's horrible. But those are 10 things I hate about being a YouTube creator. I would say overall, it's an incredible experience. You have the ability to reach millions of people every month. And I think the biggest thing most YouTubers don't understand is the social responsibility that now you have to those people that you're reaching. If I start putting out poison, like a lot of creators, like, if I just randomly, I'm just gonna go on here real quick. I'm just gonna go to, okay, so normally this would take 30 seconds. It took about a minute to find something bad. It took about 1 minute to find one video. Now that's because I've been changing my YouTube watching patterns, and I've been trying to find patterns that are kind of more appropriate, you could say, like appropriate YouTube patterns, you know what I mean? But I just found one video that the context of it is kind of, you know, but you can definitely put out content that's always negative, always about doing bad things. And I'm not saying that's the case with this video in a sense that the topic is, you know, but anyways, my point being is that you have a responsibility and you can push content that's really bad. When I look at music creators, there's good ones out there that are pushing out music, but there's so many musical creators that are just pushing out pure garbage. I'm talking about, like, creators that are just putting out toxic content, like telling, everything that's bad, you know, being a bad influence basically. And I don't want to be that creator. I want to be the creator that helps you be successful, not the creator that puts out. I'm like, there's a social responsibility, and I hope that if you're thinking about being a YouTube creator, that whatever you create helps people be better versions of themselves.